In the beginning, the Supreme Being sang the universe into existence. In the ancient Kemetic text of creation, it states, the Supreme Androgynous Being, Nebrecher, or Ra, Kepera, used the words from his mouth to create all that is and all that shall be. So it is through the word, or the Heka, the mantra, that we too, as gay shamans, must learn to create our world. And this is the first video really expounding on the details of the gay hero's spiritual adventure. And recall, in the previous video, I mentioned that this wheel on the screen you see here, which goes from the ram here, called Aries, we call it Mahus, going this way to the bull, the twin, the beetle, the lion, the wheat, the scales, all the way to the fish of Pisces. These 12 slices of this pizza pie are 12 adventures, 12 trials that we must go through as gay shamans in order to earn our powers, in order to become a fully self-realized person. Through all these 12 slices, you become a well-rounded person. These are the main 12 gates. And we see each gate, let's take here the ram gate of Mahus or Aries. We have the ram gate here, but we go in towards the center, we see there are more words. The ram, he is fiery, he is cardinal. This section here means something, and then he's also electrically charged. So the ram is composed of these sub-gates. So in order for you to win the adventure around the wheel of life, this is the wheel of life, the game of life. And in order for you to get through it, you have to know the secret codes. You have to know the words of power, or the names of the guardians of each of these gates. And so today I reveal to the world the words of power that are used by gay shamans to help them know the secret names of these gates and how to sing your chart. For in the beginning must be the word. In the beginning of your adventure to enlightenment, to becoming a gay shaman of great power, the word must be the first approach, as it was by the Supreme Being. So, what's going to happen now, I'm going to reveal to you the words of power that compose this wheel, that compose this adventure of 12 challenges, 12 trials. So we're going to start from the inside out and then fill in the words of power that bring this circle on the screen, that brings your chart. And by chart I mean your golden beetle, gay African chart. It's very important that you have the right mathematics, or else you'll have the wrong printout of your destiny. So we start here at the center. Always start at the center of an adventure. You must center yourself. So at the center, the sound you hear is Aung. 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 The sound Aung. Aung is the sound of the infinite light of the universe, the life force that is everywhere, the pure, original life force. So at the center of your adventure is life, the good life, the pure life, the divine life called Aung. And then Aung, as the center, forms what's called a boundary condition, or the perimeter of this wheel, the actual ring, the outer ring. This outer ring has a sound. That sound is Ono-Yo, Ono-Yo, Ono-Yo. So Aung is the beginning, the light. And Ono-Yo is the boundary that contains the light. It's like the cup that holds the water. You have to have rules, boundaries in any game. This is the circle of the game of life, of the divine life. Every game must have rules. You can't go out these lines. You have to score this way. You can't hit the person below the knee. Whatever the rules are, the rules make the game interesting. So Ono-Yo is the shamanic word of power that creates this edge of the circle. And this circular edge is called the ecliptic. It is symbolic of the ecliptic, or the path the sun makes through the signs. Then we have this crossbar here, which is the horizon. That is the equator. This is the equator line, the equatorial line. And in Kemet, where my little marker here is, would be the Sphinx. The Sphinx, near the Great Pyramid, sits exactly along the equator. So we can call this line the Sphinx's line, or the equatorial line, the equator. It also has a sound. And the sound of the equator in your chart is Eeru-Ekuun, 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 Eeru-Ekuun. That sound will center you along, balance you along the equator, make your life more balanced. The next line that we must sing to make our chart come to life, our adventure come to life, is this vertical line here called the MC or IC. The MC is the top part, called medium cole, the middle of the heaven, and the IC is the bottom of the heaven, imum cole. And the chant that activates this part of the chart is called Ogbay'dosunmu, 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 Ogbay'dosunmu. So we had Aung, Ono-Yo going around, going horizontally. We had Eeru-Ekuun going vertically, Ogbay'dosunmu. Now you're building your chart with the word. The chart will come to life. So we've now used the words of power of the gay shamans to build the spirit of the chart, because the chart is just a piece of paper. You have to give it soul. This is an African black people system. You have to put soul into it. You don't just read a chart, you've got to read the soul of the chart. And these sounds bring life and energy to the wheel. Okay. So, the next thing we look at is we're going to start from here, these plus and minus signs. What these are telling you is that each slice, or each sign, the ram sign, the bull sign, the twin sign, has a charge. This is electrical charge. This is magnetic. Electrical means this sign is outgoing and likes to move towards the perimeter of a situation. It likes to go from center outbound towards some edge. Whereas this sign here, the negative, is magnetic, and it means the magnetic signs like to go towards the center. So these plus minus signs are charges, electromagnetic, or the universe has two primary forces: the radiative force, where things radiate outwards, called the explosive force, and the inward going force, called the gravitational force, or the implosive force. So plus, 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 plus. These plus signs like to go from the center out into the world. They want to find things outside of themselves. The magnetic minus, 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 minus are signs that want to go inward and center themselves. So we have words of power that activate either the electrical outgoing charge of the chart, the pluses, or the magnetic gravitational centripetal motion of energy here. So for all the pluses you see on the screen, all the pluses, 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 they all have one word of power that gives them life. And that is Awshay'ra, 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 Awshay'ra. So you'd have one Awshay'ra here. Awshay'ra will turn the electrical power of Gemini on. Awshay'ra will activate the electrical fire of Leo the lion. Awshay'ra will activate the electrical energy of the scales. Awshay'ra will activate the electrical power of the archer. Awshay'ra will activate the electrical charge of the water bearer Aquarius. For the magnetic in-pulling charges, the gravitational forces, it's Awshay'ma, 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 Awshay'ma. So Awshay'ma will activate the gravitational powers of the bull Taurus. Awshay'ma will activate the in-pulling powers of the beetle of Cancer. The word Awshay'ma will activate the yin in-going powers of the wheat of Virgo. Awshay'ma will activate the in-pulling gravitational force of Scorpio. Awshay'ma will activate Capricorn's in-moving energies, its magnetic yin force. And Awshay'ma will activate the inward pull of Pisces people and the Pisces principle. So Awshay'ra goes out, Awshay'ma goes in. Awshay'ra goes out, Awshay'ma goes in. Awshay'ra goes out, Awshay'ma goes in, and so forth. Okay. Now we have here, it's not written in this image, but you see you have this kind of tire here that goes from here to this line. So you have like one little arc, one little road, so to speak. Then this second arc, and then this third arc. Okay? Those arcs are called orientation in the zodiac, telling you this first arc covers the four signs of the ram, the bull, the twins, and the beetle. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4 slices are in this little part of the donut. Okay? This strip. Okay? And this first arc is called me, like personal. They're called personal energies. The second 4, from the lion up here to the scorpion, is called the social signs, what I call we. There's me, as in me, myself, and I, me. These first 4 are about me. These next 4 are about we, meaning you and me. And these last 4 are thee. They deal with the divine, the universal. So we have 4 signs that deal with ego, me. 4 signs that deal with cooperation, we. And 4 signs that deal with the universe, thee. So there is a heka that we have for each of these 3 sections. Okay? For the first 4 sections that are me-oriented, ego-oriented, very personal-oriented, yes, we have the Heka, Eerosuunta, Eerosuunta, Eerosuunta. For this arc, from the lion to the scorpion, to activate the weedness, the cooperative and sociability of those 4 signs, you have to invoke the sound Awbaaraara, 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 Awbaaraara. And then to activate the universal dynamics, the great social, the great eternal concepts, the great concern of all of life, of these 4, to do that you have to sing its name, and it's Oguundaawaa, 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 Oguundaawaa. That's Oguundaawaa, Oguundaawaa. So for the me section, Eerosuunta, Eerosuunta, Eerosuunta. For the social we section, Awbaaraara, 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 Awbaaraara. And for the universal power to activate of the top 4 signs, from the Archer Sagittarius down to the Fish of Pisces, in this little part of the donut, we call Oguundaawaa, 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 Oguundaawaa. Okay? So we're singing the chart's soul, we're giving it soul, spirit, and life. The next feature we see here are these words called cardinal, fixed, mutable, and it repeats. Cardinal, fixed, mutable, cardinal, fixed, mutable, and then again cardinal, fixed, and mutable. Okay, these cardinal, fixed, mutable words correspond to the direction of kinetic energy. Cardinal means this is youthful. The energy is very young and outward. It's very exuberant. Exuberant is a very good word. Exuberant. Fixed means stable. Steady as she goes. Stable and solid. Mutable means preserving or spiraling, like it whips around. It's very changeable. So this is very youthful exuberance. This is steady as we go. Let's stabilize this. And this is, let's preserve this, but keep it fresh. Keep it innovative. Like a whipping, spiraling motion. Like if you had a paintbrush and you dipped the paint on the brush and you spiraled your hand around, and how the paint would flick all the way around the room. That's the nature of mutable signs. They just kind of disperse energy all around. It's very giving and sharing and interactive. But we have the words of power to activate the exuberant rush of the cardinal signs, the mature security of the fixed signs, and the preserving and interactive mutability of the spiraling signs. Okay, the word of power to get the youthful exuberant side of the ram, or anything with cardinal. The ram, the lion is exuberant and youthful, the scales are exuberant, and the goat fish of Capricorn is cardinal, exuberant. To activate that exuberance in the sign, you have to invoke the word Otuuraha, 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 Otuuraha. Again, that's Otuuraha, Otuuraha. So you put Otuuraha here, where the word cardinal is for the ram. Otuuraha will activate the exuberance of the beetle of Cancer. Otuuraha will activate the Libran exuberance for relationships. And Otuuraha will activate the goldfish's exuberance for success. The sound for fixed is Otuuruupawn'na, 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 Otuuruupawn'na. That's Otuuruupawn'na, 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 Otuuruupawn'na. Okay? Otuuruupawn'na will activate the fixed nature of the bull, of Leo the lion, of the scorpion, and of the water bearer, Aquarius. And then we have the mutable spiraling force of energy. Its heka, or song, or word of power, is Awyekukee, 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 Awyekukee. That's Awyekukee, 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 Awyekukee. And the three Awyekukees will go to activate the changeable nature of Gemini, the changeable nature of Virgo, and the changeable nature of Sagittarius, and of the fish. Then we have the signs, or the sounds, of the four elements: fire, earth, air, water. Fire means righteous success. Fire means making a difference in the outer world. Earth means luxury and money. Air means thinking and socializing. Water means emoting and a rich inner life. Fire is a rich outer life. Water is a rich inner life, a spiritual life. Okay? So, we have the words of power for the four elements. Fire's heka is Eekaarang'khatu, 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 Eekaarang'khatu. The earth heka is Odeelang'ta, 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 Odeelang'ta. That was Odeelang'ta, 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 Odeelang'ta. The word of power for air, Awbaaraayang'shu, 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 Awbaaraayang'shu. Now slower. Awbaaraayang'shu, 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 Awbaaraayang'shu. And the word that activates the water spirits of emotionalism and spiritual life, inner life, Ogbay'dosunmu, 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 Okay? And then we come to the Heka for each of the signs. So, the sign for the ram of Aries, if you are an Aries, meaning from the African gay shaman chart, not the Western chart. Be very careful here. The Heka that activates the ram in you, the inner warrior, is Awbaarahelreeng, 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 Awbaarahelreeng. That's Awbaarahelreeng, 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 Awbaarahelreeng. Okay? Then the bull. To activate the bull in you, the inner lover, sex, kitten, millionaire, its Heka is Oguundaawaa, Otuuruupawn'na, Oguundaawaa, Otuuruupawn'na. Basically, Awkaanraan'whakleeng, 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 Awkaanraan'whakleeng. The sound for the twins of Gemini. Otuuraa'ng, 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 Otuuraa'ng. To activate the inner nurturer in you, the twins of Gemini is your inner student. The beetle of Cancer is your inner nurturer. And to activate the Cancer in your chart, the beetle power of nurturing, Awyekukee, 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 Awyekukee. That's Awyekukee, 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 Awyekukee. Next, to activate the inner performer or the inner champion in you, Leo, it's Otuuruupawn'hreeng, 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 Otuuruupawn'hreeng. Slower. Otuuruupawn'hreeng, 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 Otuuruupawn'hreeng. To activate the wheat of Virgo in you, Odeegang, 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 Odeegang. Slower. Odeegang, 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 Odeegang. Next, to activate the relationships within your life of Libra, it's Odeegang, 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 Odeegang. Slower. Odeegang, 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 Odeegang. Be careful with this one. It's Xiang. Almost like she is young. Xiang. Odeegang, Odeegang, Odeegang. Okay? To activate the Scorpion witch doctor in you, the Heka is Awshay'ra, 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 Awshay'ra. Slower. Awshay'delang. 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 That Awshay, that n sound is the letter N, like in the word nice. Awshay'delang. 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 Okay. To activate the scales of Sagittarius in you, your inner sage, it's Awarinhun, 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 Awarinhun. Slower. Awanrinhun, 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 Awanrinhun. Okay. For the inner achiever of Capricorn in you, the word of power to flip it on, to give it life and energy, is Awsay'ra, 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 Awsay'ra. Slower. Awsay'ra, 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 Awsay'ra. The kring is K, like the word kite. Kring. Awsay'ra, 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 Awsay'ra. Next we have the water bearer Aquarius song, which is Awkaanraan'whakleeng, 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 Awkaanraan'whakleeng. Slower. Awkaanraan'whakleeng, 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 Awkaanraan'whakleeng. And then the fish sound to activate the inner peace within you of the fish. It's Otuuraa'ng, 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 Otuuraa'ng. Slower. Otuuraa'ng, 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 Otuuraa'ng. Now, this sound, it's Otuura, and you have to have a slight stop after the A in Otuura. Otuura. It's Otuuraa'ng. There's a slight pause between the part Otuura and Ung. Ung is spelled like the last two letters in the word sing, just the N and the G. N as in nice, G as in go. So it's Otuuraa'ng. The is a very nasal sound. Okay? So, those are the sounds that activate the signs in your chart. And we will eventually discuss how to activate the first house. This is house number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. In fact, let's do it now. I will teach you the technique for activating the house. It's the same chant. It's the same chant that you learned for the signs, except you change the ending. Notice in the ones that we sang, for example, the ram was Awbaarahelreeng, Awkaanraan'whakleeng, Eekaarang'khatu, Otuuraa'ing, Awyekukee, Otuuruupawn'hreeng, Odeegang, Odeelang, Awshay'ra, Awariinhoong, Awsakring, Awkaanraan'whakleeng, Otuuraa'ng. Notice they all ended in the sound ng. N like nice, G like go. In order for you to activate the house, yes, the house, you change all of those sounds that end in ng, erase the ng, and add the suffix Awbaaraayang'shu, nkh. Change the G at the end of each of these sounds to KH. So it would be, the first sound here would be Awbaaraayang'shu. You take the NG part of the word. So we had Awbaaraayang'hwakleeng, Awyekukee, Awshay'ng, Aung. Again, the houses would be Awbaaraayang'shu, Awkleeng, Awyekukee, Awshay'ng, Odeelang, Aung. That K8 sound is the house. It's the sound the houses make. Okay? And that is the entire wheel, the song of heaven. These are the Heka that activate. The Aung is the center. Ono-Yo is the perimeter. You had the Awshay'ra and the Awshay'ma to activate the outward going, inward pulling forces. You had the cardinal sound, Otuuraha. You had the fixed sound, Otuuruupawn'na. You had the mutable sign, Awyekukee. Yes? And then you had the me, we, and thee. The personal was Eerosuunta. The interpersonal, Awbaaraara. And the transpersonal or universal, Oguundaawaa. And then we covered all of the sounds for the elements. For fire, Eekaarang'khatu, earth. Odeelang'ta, air. Awbaaraayang'shu, and water. Ogbay'dosunmu. And then we had each of the signs, Awbaarahelreeng, Awkaanraan'whakleeng, Otuuraa'ing, Awyekukee, Otuuruupawn'hreeng, Odeegang, Odeelang, Awshay'ra, Awariinhoong, Awsakring, Awkaanraan'whakleeng, Otuuraa'ng, and then the houses, which were Awbaaraayang'shu, Awkleeng, Awyekukee, Awshay'ra, gunk, shiunk, undelelunk, hunk, krink, onk, unk. And there you have it. The song of the adventure of life, the game of life. And once you practice singing a chart, just look at this page and practice the sounds from the center, periphery, and then the signs, the me, we, thee, the cardinal, fire, and the sign itself. If you start singing these sounds, you will find that you're able to handle these forces. Aries, or the ram, is your inner warrior. And in everyone's chart, he's on a certain sign, on a certain house. Let's say you had in your chart, the ram was on your second house of money. The second house is money. That means you have to sing all of these sounds. Yes, you would sing the sounds of this line of words and symbols on top of the sound for the house of the bull, which would be Hwakleeng. So you would say, if you had the ram on your second house, yes, you would chant Aung, Ono-Yo for the perimeter. Yes, for the positive charge, you would say Awshay'ra, Otuuraa'ha, Eekaarang'khatu, Awbaarahelreeng, Hwakleeng. This I'll teach you more in the future. But for now, just try to learn the sounds on this wheel in order, from Aries as being 1, looping around until you land at the 12th slice of the fish of Pisces. Learn all the signs, all the sounds of each sign and each slice. You'll be amazed what happens in your life, because this is actually voodoo now. Africans are into power, into voodoo, into magic. We don't just do an astrology chart by reading a piece of paper to you, basically. We have to, like the Creator, speak the word. In the beginning is the word. We have to first teach you all, you gay shamans, how to turn on your powers. And once you do that, you're going to love astrology even more. You're going to love your chart even more, because when you sing it, when you intone it, you're actually turning on divine powers that can do things, that are real forces of the universe. These are the sounds of the archangels and the angels and the elemental spirits. You're calling the forces of nature. So use this technique. This is unique to gay shamanism, and if anyone out there uses this technique, you know they are followers of the gay Kemetic voodoo people. And one last point. All of these sounds were brought by gay ancestors from Black Kemet. What does that mean? Anyone that uses these sounds for their charts, or to help them study, or to become a prophet using astrology, because these sounds will make you a seer, they will make you a prophet. If you use these sounds, number one, if you are not gay, if you invoke these tones, they will amplify gayness around you. They will actually empower gayness in the universe. So if you're a little bit gay, what they call heteroflexible, it will actually make you more flexible. What we call heteroflexible. If you are heterosexual, it won't make you gay, because that's not what you are. But it will empower the gay movement. If you say these sounds, the ethers will vibrate, and they will increase gayness around you. They will increase it and uplift it. So by saying these sounds, you're going to help any gay people around you find peace at being gay. You're going to have more gay friends coming around you, more gay exposure to gay movements or gay causes or gay issues. You're going to find that it's going to help gayness overall become accepted and embraced and empowered and expanded. I am telling you, these words of power were told by the High Oracle of Ra to my person in trance, confirmed by the Oracle. Anyone that sings them will either expand their own internal gayness and or will increase and up-level and elevate the gayness around them and in the universe. Because very often heterosexuals have a history of coming to gay things, kind of lurking on the sides and listening and taking our creativity and then running back and using it for their own group. You can do that, but mark my words. These sounds are voodoo ritually empowered for gay people. And if heterosexuals who want to use this, go forth, trust me, say these words and help the cause. It will make you either more gay if you're a little bit gay or heteroflexible, and it will make people around you become better gays and make the world more gay. This I promise you. This is the voodoo of these sounds. So use them, enjoy them, and make this a gay old world. May the soul and the voodoo of the astrology of Kemet, the black gay men of the Nile Valley, awaken again from the temples of Ra, from before the first time. And may those ancient spirits return and flood the charts of my beloved gay community with life, soul, wisdom, and the success of a hero's adventure. So sing these sounds to give you the magic wand, the little fairy folk help that every hero's story receives. At every point, every hero and every heroic story meets a magical support system, a magical wand or help from the magic world. Use these sounds. Chant the chart as you see it in this sequence, from the Ram of Aries to the Fish of Pisces, from the inside out. And you're going to find the magic of your chart really come to life. It's a living, breathing spirit called Ra. Your chart is a god called Ra. And now I've given you what's called the limbs of Ra, the songs of Ra, the songs of the life force, the chi, within your chart. May this be a wonderful, gay world of light. Dwawend Hotepu.